Hello, everybody. My name is Ellen Scherer. I'm one of the co-founders and co-producers of Green Buffalo Productions. We're really excited to get started with this activity. We actually had our first writing challenge called the Quarantine Quarters for our lovely time of staying at home, trying to keep busy during the coronavirus. So we're just going to do a live reading of the top 4 plays of this writing challenge. And as soon as we are all ready to go, we'll get started. One moment here. Okay, so now that you can see our lovely faces, kind of, these lovely pictures we took a few months ago, our co-founders of Green Buffalo Productions, Madison Sedlor, she is a producer, playwright, actor in the Buffalo area, and my co-founder. And then I'm Ellen, producer, dramaturg. That's a new one for me. And then actor for Green Buffalo Productions. We've been around for almost 2 years now. Our first event was in September of 2018 with a cool little writing event called Publishers Mic Night. And then we kind of kicked off from there with some playwriting competitions and Spooky One Act Festival. First and favorite event, I think. That's always a great pull. So if you like spooky stuff, pay attention at the end of this little introduction and you can get involved with that. And then after that, we started doing some full-length productions, beginning with Maddie's first play, You and Me. And then we're kind of going from there, just doing a little bit at a time and hopefully really getting started in Buffalo. So we're really excited to bring new theater to Buffalo, Western New York, and help people who may not have already been super involved in theater really get started, offer opportunities to new people in the area.
Still here. I'm back, and in case anyone cared. Back, I promise. Sorry, it's muddled. I suck. Can you hear me now?
Okay, so now that we have our next slide here, I just want to also introduce 2 very important Green Buffalo people. Leyla Gentil, she is our first board member, and she is also a playwright and one of our directors and one of our actors. We're really excited to have her. She literally chased us down the street and wanted to be involved with what we were doing, so we loved that, and we said, come on in. And then next we have Zack Hatrick. He's actually running our little stream right here for us. He is one of our directors, actors, and playwright, and we figured we'd give him a cool little title for this pretty cool video guy for Green Buffalo Productions. So we're really excited to have him helping us out. Okay. And then if you'd like, we'll go over this again at the end, but since you're joining us right now, you might as well follow us on all of our social media accounts. We're constantly asking for all sorts of submissions and other writing opportunities. We also offer writing prompts. So again, if you're looking to get involved in theater or writing or both in any aspect, just contact us and we will help you out.
Hey everyone, my name is Maddie. I am one of the co-founders of Green Buffalo Productions, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Treading Water, which is our next big show that we are doing. It is written by Scott Seifert, a friend of ours who has written a couple of different short plays for us for the Spooky One Act Play Festival. My assistant director, Keith Cheney, and my stage manager, Tiffany, and I have been working super hard to continue the process of this show, even with this quarantine. My cast has been working on Zoom exclusively to do different rehearsals. We've been doing a lot of line and character work. So rehearsals are still going really well. And as of today, we are still slated to open June 5th through 7th at the New Compass Performing Arts Center. That's at 545 Elmwood Avenue in Buffalo, New York. Basically what this play is about is 4 different people who have a chance meeting on a New York City subway at 3 o'clock in the morning. And we all meet and are all facing some kind of demon, and the 4 of them go together and create, like, with their newfound friendship, have to figure out a way to deal with their past traumas and past issues. So that's Treading Water, and I'll be directing that this summer. Be sure to take a look at our page and to follow us and join our mailing list to get all of our updates. All right, that's it for that.
Okay, and coming up, we wanted to do this event in March, but you know how things are in the world right now. A lot of us can't even go outside. So we decided to have a Queen of Comedy originally for Women's History Month, but when we moved it to July, we actually have a ton of women signed on for this event, but we do have a couple other slots open. So if you wanted to try stand-up comedy, or if you have been doing it but haven't really had a chance to get up and give it a try in front of a lot of different people, we really urge you to give us an email and send us your bio, send us a little bit about yourself, and enter to perform for Queen of Comedy. We're really excited. We actually have a crown and a tiara for the winner and the runner-up. And then if you're not actually a comedian yourself, or you haven't wanted to, you haven't been able to do it in the past, you can actually just attend as an audience member and vote for your favorite. The audience favorite will get the tiara. So a little bit for everybody, and we just think it's going to be a really fun event. So we're hoping to get into that in July. And then if anything changes, we'll obviously let everybody know, and we'll make sure that we can get this done because we're very excited about it. All right, that's it for that. Moving on.
Hi, so I'm Leyla. I am one of the board members for Green Buffalo Productions, and I just wanted to very quickly talk about two very cool projects that I have been working on. The first of which is the Museum of Fuckboys, which was written by Justin Karcher. This was to go up in March, but again, everything's crazy. So instead, we have moved it into August. It's a really great play that explores the darker sides of masculinity and how a lot of the times we put ourselves into these really vicious cycles due to systematic patriarchy. And it's a really, really great play that explores how that affects this one man and his three different relationships with women. And then the next project that I will be working on is a really, really great show that I have been working on for a long, long time, which is titled Wander Through Wonderland, which is a show that is based on Alice in Wonderland. And it's an immersive project that allows the audience to walk through the space of Wonderland and go inside the mind of someone who is trying to deal with her situation. I wrote it a while ago, and we are slated to have the show happening in July. But hopefully things, get better and we'll be able to do it. But, we would still love people who are interested in any way, shape, or form in doing an immersive piece. It does take a lot of hands on deck, but it is a true play of passion. It's something I really, really love. So if you have any questions of any kind regarding Alice in Wonderland and Wander Through Wonderland, feel free to please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to talk about it ad nauseum. And I also have our wonderful co-founder, Ellen, who is actually the dramaturg for this project, which is very exciting to have someone who into different aspects that will be touched on in this play. So I'm very excited to have it up soon, and hope you guys can come out and audition and or come out and see the show. That's it for me. Next.
And last but not least, we have one of our absolute favorite things that we do, which is the Spooky One Act Play Festival. This will be our third year doing it. Oh, and there's the Buffalo Theater Workshop. Actually, we'll talk about that instead. Ellen, Leyla, and I have just signed on as of October to the Buffalo Theater Workshop, where we discuss scripts from different people throughout the local Buffalo area, different playwrights and screenplays that have been written but may need a little bit of a punch up or some extra work. We are looking for any kind of play, short plays, long featured plays, full screenplays, short screenplays. We're always accepting new work. So you can email us at buffalotheaterworkshop@gmail.com. Submit your script in a PDF format. The four moderators, Ellen, Leyla, myself, and Emma English, who is the founder, will take a read, quick little read, and email you back and sign you up for one of our months. We are doing one this month by Jess Tokarski, and it's a 3-act short play. We'll be doing it over Facebook Live, so please, 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 please tune in, and we're really interested to hear all of your feedback.
Okay, and then in general, we're always accepting new plays of all kinds and new screenplays of all kinds. So once again, just make sure that you email us if you have something that you want to share, and then we'll help you out. Let's move on to the next slide there. Just so we have a little bit more information about Spooky One Act Festival, our open call is, as of right now, right up until August 31st. Depending on how things go, we may extend that. We're hoping not to, though, because right after August is September, and then after September is October. So there's only so much time that we have. So if you have something spooky that you want to write, email us right away. They are one acts, so think about 10 to 15 pages, closer to 10. That'd be great. And you can send it in early, have us look at it. Even send it to Buffalo Theater Workshop, then work on it a little more, and then submit it for potential production, and then we'll go from there. We typically choose 6 plays, so just and you can submit multiple ones if you'd like. So do the best you got, and have us look at it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I think it's time to get started with the actual reading while we're all here. Our first play is the Mysterious Sisters of, I'm sorry, my screen just disappeared. Mysterious Sisters of SUBTERRANEAN KOKOMO. Let's just get started, shall we?
We're going to have 2 actors that we work with if they want to unmute themselves. We have Melanie Hidy, who will be playing one of the sisters, and we also have you should never have more than one screen open. We have Melanie Hidy playing June, and we have Sarah Henderson playing Moon. So if you two would like to unmute yourself. And then we have Ellen Scherer reading the stage direction. If Ellen's mic goes out, I will read them, I guess. Okay.
In fact, actually, could you start for me? Because I'm having an issue and I'm trying to correct it. That'd be so great if you could. Thank you so much.
Yes, 1 second. This is live, everybody. Can you tell?
Okay. Like, can anyone hear me? That's great. Awesome.
So we have The Mysterious Sisters of Subterranean Cave Kokomo by J. Snodgrass. We have, just a reminder, Melanie Hidy playing June and Sarah Henderson playing Moon. The setting is March of 2020 in a fallout shelter from the early 1960s. Ladies, whenever you're ready.
June? June? Still? How long can you keep this up? Really? Wow. And you're still mad? Oh, now I get it. Nothing's changed for you because you spent the 7 minutes stuck in the last 7 minutes.
We're all stuck. And while the whole world is stuck in quarantine, I'm stuck with you in this underground bunker.
Breathe, June.
A tomb. We're buried alive.
Oh, we agreed to call it the island.
It's not an island. It's hell. We're stuck together in hell.
Breathe, and we're not stuck. I'm not stuck.
Oh, what now? Did you project your astral spirit to take a 7-minute walk in the sunshine?
Of course not, no. This old wind-up turntable and these honking big headphones, you can listen to 3 Motown songs in 7 minutes. So I've been through this whole musical montage of our childhood, reliving all these happy memories, reflections of the way life used to be, and I remember what's so important about sticking together. I've returned, refreshed, my brain's taken a warm Motown shower, but then I come out and find you still living in the past.
It's not. 7 minutes is not. And you with those moldy oldies, you're living in the past.
No, you are.
No, you are.
You are.
You are.
Oops. Well, now we're stuck. We're sounding like a skipping record.
I wish I'd never told you about that stash of old vinyl.
I would have found it anyway. The shelter's not that big. And it's like a gift from Dad. Like a reminder that if we're trapped here during some apocalyptic downfall, we've got to, reach out. I'll be there. Come on, June, reach.
I'm not reaching. And the space is too small for 2 people to reach out anyway. I know you're there. And I can't forget you're there.
So stop trying so hard. Forget your anger. I can't even remember what you got so mad about.
You used all of our ceiling supplies for a stupid arts and crafts project.
Hey, you said we were going to do an hour of creative time.
I meant to write in a journal or something, not to make a plastic statue, and it's ugly.
Well, I don't think it's supposed to be pretty. It's based on the big stone heads, from Easter Island. I think it's supposed to be a protective guardian.
You don't even know what it's supposed to do?
Well, of course not, silly. It's mysterious. That's part of the point. We find the heads from Easter Island mysterious, and someday in the future, some post-apocalyptic anthropologists, maybe aliens, will come down here and find this statue and find us mysterious. They'll write books about us. The Mysterious Sisters of Subterranean Cave Kokomo.
Are you saying the sisters? We died down here?
I don't know. It's mysterious, but definitely we would have died if you used all the plastic and hot glue to make the shelter airtight.
We'd have lived longer if you hadn't wasted so much air saying idiotic things. Especially Kokomo. We never agreed on calling the shelter Kokomo.
Well, no, but when we agreed to call it the island, I assumed it was unspoken. Like, we'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow.
Slow? It's too slow. Everything is slowed to a halt.
I thought Monopoly was slow, but then you threw all the pieces and smashed the board.
Because Monopoly doesn't work when hotels have a family discount.
It was working fine when my hotels offered it.
But that doesn't mean you can keep asking for my hotels to. You missed the whole point of capitalism.
We had a chance to start over, rebuild civilization, a more perfect union, utopia, and you King Kong'd it to rubble.
I should have closed my hotels to halt the spread of the virus.
And left my poor metal puppy dog out on the street?
And there's no dogs allowed in hotels anyway.
Let's face it, you just can't play nice. What would your mother say about that?
She's your mother too.
No, she's my mother when she's affirming positive effort and good sportsmanship. She's your mother when she's got to say not to get so cranky.
I'm not talking to you. How did I manage to get quarantined? How did I manage to quarantine myself with the one person on Earth I can't talk to?
Breathe, Jude, breathe.
I can't. How did I let you talk me into coming down here with you?
What? You said you needed a place to hide from the virus. I said Dad's old fallout shelter is here in the backyard. You just invited yourself.
No, I meant, why did I let you come in here with me?
Because when you get stressed out, you can't breathe without me to remind you.
I can breathe just fine.
You were gonna vacuum seal yourself in. And besides, there's no phone down here, just an old radio that can only talk to truckers. Who were you gonna call on your birthday to say, as you say every year, that you're gonna die alone?
Well, now I see there are worse fates, like being buried alive, having stupidly adopting my baby sister. And my birthday isn't for 2 months.
Yeah, but you also do the I'm gonna die alone phone call on Easter, which is strange because Easter is about resurrection. Also strange because we're not even Christian.
I don't even think there's going to be an Easter this year. I'll bet they stop Jesus at the mouth of the tomb and tell him to stay inside.
But they can't stop the Easter Bunny. She doesn't care about all these rules. Like, she always came to our house every year, and we never even had to do any church stuff. Hey, I just got a great idea. We should do an Easter egg hunt.
What? Down here? And Easter's not for weeks. And I seriously doubt the Easter Bunny in decades past has been leaving chocolate in his bomb shelter.
Maybe not, but that box behind you is clearly labeled Emergency Easter.
You're joking.
Look.
And so it is.
Well, open it.
It's not Easter.
But it is an emergency. A chocolate emergency. Like, I'm gonna go insane if you don't eat some chocolate in the next 5 minutes.
This box looks 20 years old.
Well, maybe the bunny left Twinkies that year. Open it.
A Bible. And a can of Spam. Wow.
Well, at least we didn't waste 2 weeks wondering what was in there. What a crappy surprise. It missed the whole point of Easter.
I don't know. I guess it's like a church service in an Easter ham.
What, like reading a page of the Bible could resurrect the Spam into a live pig? So we could kill and cure and cook it? And then this book could magically solve our toilet paper shortage?
No, that's... I can't talk to you.
Alarm clock rings.
What was that?
The alarm I set for how long I wouldn't talk to you.
So then we can talk again. Because I don't know about you, way over there, I've been kind of lonely.
I don't think it's a good idea. You drive me crazy. You've driven yourself crazy. You drive everybody crazy.
Oh, you can handle it. How long have we been down here?
58 minutes.
See? Soon it'll be a full hour. Come on, reach out. I'll be there.
No.
Reach out. Say it.
No, I'm not getting sucked into one of your musical montages.
Well, say something unmusical.
I've got your back.
Great job, ladies. That, again, was Sarah Henderson as Moon and Melanie Hidy as June for Jay Snodgrass's play, The Mysterious Sisters of Subterranean Cave Kokomo. You can see Jay Snodgrass around the Buffalo area. He does a bunch of plays for us and for other companies as well. So we totally forgot to introduce this contest. We did this writing contest for fun because we were all stuck in quarantine. And we had a couple of prompts that the writers needed to follow. There is 4 props that they needed to include: vinyl, an airtight seal, Spam, and a Bible, with library or mall as the setting as a bonus. And then 2 lines they could use. What would your mother say about that? And no matter what, I got your back. So keep an eye out, or an ear out in this case, for those lines and those props and those settings. So next up, we have Hide and Seek by Zoe Kiriazis. where Leyla Gentil's going to read the stage directions if she can pop it up. If not, just let me know and we can switch. So for hide and seek, it looks like we have Molly being played by Ellen Scherer and Will being played by Nick Edwards. And I believe that this is Zoe, or Zoe's first play. Am I on the wrong one? Hide and seek should be next. There she is. Okay. I believe that this is Zoe's first play that she's ever written. Yes, it is. Zoe Kiriazis has worked with us before. And in just a second, I will hand it on over to Leyla. It looks like you're ready. Whenever you're ready, Leyla.
Setting, an abandoned mall food court. Time, past midnight, maybe later, beginning of spring. Molly is standing over the stove, attempting to light a match and start the burner. It's home for Molly. There's a beat-up sofa in the corner. Metal shelves filled with clothes and empty soda bottles. Will stands timidly in the middle of the room. Will doesn't know whether to run or stay. Not by fear, but by curiosity.
Every match is breaking on me. Can you hand me that lighter? Time to take a shortcut?
To the table near the door, Will walks upstage. A green lighter is found.
So you live here. I thought you said you lived on Fremont Street, on the cul-de-sac, with the white shutters and a picket fence around the lawn?
Yeah, we're on Fremont Street. Clearly, we're on a dead end, as this is the last place along the food court strip. The white shutters are really the White Castle logo, and the fence is the caution tape around this abandoned mall.
I guess?
I've only been here a couple weeks. I have more work to do, but it's way better than my last place.
Where did you get all this furniture?
You'd be surprised how much stores leave behind when a mall closes. I found that couch at the Target on the east side. The rack was here when I found the place. That table, take it from the Italian restaurant on the first floor. And all the clothes, the Old Navy is just next to the food court. It's not perfect, but...
Why did you bring me here?
Molly is clearly ignoring the question.
Did I put on some music?
I guess.
Molly goes over downstage where a record player sits on the floor. It's fairly old, but in good condition. Molly shifts through the few records she has. She finally pulls the vinyl out, places it on the record player. It begins to play. A trombone rhythm is heard. Will is puzzled by the sound.
What is this?
It's like new play. It's like this new play, this show thing called Hadestown. It's based on a Greek myth. No, it's based on a Greek myth. I love Greek mythology, and this music is sick. It's not what you'd expect.
Okay. Again, why did you bring me here?
Molly is walking around picking up the place, putting clothes away, picking up loose paper, stray books.
Hey, can you put this Bible on my bed? On the pillow is fine.
Will throws the Bible on the bed, frustrated.
Jesus Christ! Why the fuck did you bring me here?
Silence. Will and Molly share a long stare. Molly goes back to the stove and finally starts a fire. She pops open the can of Spam on the counter. Silence continues. Will walks over to the couch and sits. They never take their eyes off each other.
Why did you come with me?
I asked you first.
I'm asking the more important question.
Really, just answer my question.
Molly shakes the Spam out onto the frying pan, sizzling. It startles Will.
You're interesting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're interesting. I'm not trying to be like creepy Edward from Twilight because fuck him, he's the worst. Have you watched Twilight before?
No. Wait. You brought me here because you think I'm interesting.
I just wanted to talk to you.
Will pulls out his water bottle from her backpack. He's getting nervous.
Oh, lucky me.
Molly finishes cooking the Spam. Will is trying to gain reception on his cell phone. Molly sits down on the ground, scarfing down the meat. Molly hasn't eaten in 3 days.
You don't need to eat that fast.
This is the best food to ever exist. Do you want some?
No, thank you.
He takes the water bottle out of Will's hands and finishes the entire bottle. Molly sighs with satisfaction.
You drank all of my water. Seriously, why did you bring me here?
You stop with the questions? It's not like you have anywhere to go. The city's shut down. The streets are dark and eerie. You'll get all lost before heading back to Hart Street to your picture-perfect house.
I'll get home. Just... How do you know where I live?
Molly finds the words to say. She's used to thinking on her feet.
We met at Casper Park today, right? And Hart Street is the only road that connects to the park. And I saw you coming down the road, down the trail this afternoon. Duh.
Molly is confident. Will doesn't know what to say.
I suppose.
There's another pause.
Does your family know where you are?
You're funny.
No, seriously, aren't your parents worried about you?
Parents are there to worry about me.
Molly heads back to the sink next to the stove.
Everyone's got parents. They're probably worried about you.
Not in the picture. Never have. Probably never will.
What would your mother say about that? She's probably sick of wondering where you are.
What about yours? What about your picture-perfect family and your picture-perfect house say to their picture-perfect son out with a broken stranger?
Off the record player.
I've never had parents worry about me. My parents abandoned me. My mom wanted nothing to do with me. I've jumped homes the last 3 years. Before I knew it, I became an unwanted stranger. Extra space. Second course. Until one day, I left. No note, no trace. I just took everything I owned in my duffel bag. Every slum and shelter was better than the homes I've seen. This place? It's a palace. A castle. The best place I've ever lived in. I'm sorry that what I said didn't live up to your picture-perfect expectation of life.
Molly has thrown her things she just put away, around the room in rage. Molly falls to the ground, trembling. She never told anyone how she feels. Will feels no mercy.
I'm sorry your life has been so hard, but that's no reason to run away and hide in abandoned malls. Somebody's worried about you and wants you back.
People who never wanted or worried about me are the people you call mom and dad.
What?
Your sister.
You can't be. My parents told me they lost their first child.
From being a stillbirth, I wasn't. I was a perfect, plump baby girl born on August 22nd, 2003. I was left at the hospital after I was born. I was told by my first family that they weren't ready to have a baby. Funny enough that they had everything ready for me. A crib, toys, my first outfit home from the hospital. But then I was told they changed their mind. They couldn't do it.
I don't know what to say. I can't imagine.
What can you say? You could never understand what it's like to go your entire life knowing your parents could have taken care of you, but instead they thought, well, I changed my mind. They had you a year after me. Maybe they knew their baby girl was too much. A son is a better fit. He'll achieve everything we want him to.
Don't blame me for my parents keeping me and not you. It's not my fault.
Just have some sympathy. Realize that the world is not as kind as you might think. People can be really shitty. The shit I've been through is shit you'll never see a day in your life. You wouldn't know the first thing to do in order to survive.
Long pause. Molly and Will stare aimlessly at each other. Molly continues to break down. Will is mad, but there's more. Will begins to grab his belongings, heading towards the door.
I should go. You clearly need to be alone.
Please stay. I didn't mean to go off like I did. I never told anyone before. And I thought if I told my brother, he'd be more supportive, understanding, something other than what that just was.
He looks back at Molly. He wants to go, but stays. Will throws his coat and bag on the couch, sitting down.
Thank you. Ask me anything. I'll be honest, I promise. No secrets.
Will you finally tell me why you brought me here?
I saw you walking today, and I needed to talk to you. I hate being in public when I don't need to be, so I thought here was the next best place.
Hmm, why did you run away in the first place?
Two and two together. The system rarely works with kids like me. The men weren't nice to me. I lost count by how many boys and men. The women stood by in silence, but they knew what was happening. They heard everything, but they couldn't stand up for themselves, let alone me.
Long beat. A change happens in both of them.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said earlier.
It's fine. I didn't take it personally. Just needed a new start.
And a White Castle in a deserted mall is your new start you were looking for?
Both laugh. Will a little more than Molly.
I figure out what to do next.
I mean, no one will ever figure you now that the city is on lockdown.
Now, only the grocery stores are open, right? I wonder how long people will last like this.
I think we'll be fine. This whole thing will blow over in 2 weeks.
You're optimistic, aren't you? Well, I don't think so. At the rate we're going, the amount of people who have died so far, we'll be in quarantine till the end of the summer.
Doesn't that sound a little extreme?
No.
Molly is now sitting cross-legged on the floor. Will has joined her.
Something about you.
Like what?
Well, I think discovering you have an older sister is taken, so something else would do.
Scherer laughed. Will playfully pushes Molly. Sibling boundaries have started to come down. Eat.
I once stuck an entire orange in my mouth.
Oh my God.
Seriously, it was the first case these doctors at the hospital have ever seen.
What made you put an orange in your mouth? What, did your friends dare you to do it?
At first, it was a joke. Yeah.
This is more thrilling than when that dumb orange made his briefing on the national crisis today. Tell me more.
So, I was hanging out with my friends one Saturday night last summer. Mark had scored some weed from this one guy at school. We were chilling in the park, and we were so stoned. It was my first time smoking, too. I couldn't even tell.
Ooh, goody, goody. Will can actually break the rules? I'm highly impressed. Keep going.
I guess we were playing Truth or Dare.
Ooh, so middle school.
Being a dumbass, I picked Dare after a string of truths. Seth was getting the 2-hour munchies and was about to eat this orange he had. Instead, he said, "Bro, I dare you to fit this orange in your mouth."
Molly is laughing. Will is joking, but there's more to the story. A change.
I started shaking my head because I thought, of course I can. I once stuffed 37 marshmallows in my mouth. Anyways, I began figuring out how to get it in.
It's hard to think about. You just do it.
And I did. I don't remember much after that, to be honest. I woke up in the hospital the next morning. Our mom and dad were sitting on the window in tears. They were there all night. I've never seen them so scared or tired. Luckily, I didn't break my jaw doing that, but I did stop breathing. I guess I almost died.
I'm so sorry.
Parts of me wish I did.
Molly is puzzled. Will has a blank stare.
People have this perception of what purpose is. People see me and think star student, swim champion, loving parents. I don't want that. I know it might sound crazy to you, but I just wish for one day I wasn't held up to this unrealistic expectation that I could fail and it'd be okay to be scared. You don't get to be those things when mom's a nurse and dad's a professor. Failure is no option.
Is that why you...
Will nods
Yeah.
up and down, begins to stand.
Yeah, part of me wishes I didn't come back. Part of me does. But then when they were in the hospital room, seeing me wake up, they were so scared. They thought they lost me. I did that to them. All from a stupid dare. Worse than any C I got, or failed time in swim meets. I broke them. I never want to see them that broken or disappointed like that again.
Will sinks into the couch. Molly stares at first before getting up to sit next to Will. Molly goes to wrap her arm around Will. She stops herself with doubt but tries again. Will accepts, leaning his head into her arm.
You're here now.
Sometimes I wonder how. What did I do to get a second chance?
Aren't meant to leave Earth yet.
Sorry. I shouldn't be crying.
Ugh, don't tell me Dad taught you that real men don't cry bullshit.
Sadly, he did.
Oh, as your big sister, I am telling you it's okay to cry. I have learned from one of my nicer siblings, in my third foster home, that crying is good. Doesn't mean you're weak or anything like that. And I don't know if you're into skincare, but it's also good for your face and your pores.
Jesus. Who knew I'd be taking advice from my older sister, let alone be right by her advice?
Molly, I'm nothing less than right.
Point taken.
Molly stands up off the couch and goes towards the kitchen area. She pulls out a can of Pringles. She breaks the airtight seal with her thumb, a small pop. She takes the chips to make a duck face. She turns back to Will, who can't help but laugh.
Jesus, hey! What kind of person are you?
Molly dances around like a duck in the space, making a fool out of herself before engulfing the chips in one swift motion.
And that just wants to have a good time and make people laugh. With the occasional help from Pringle chips. Come on, try it.
Doesn't it seem ridiculous?
Well, you're never going to have fun in life if you don't make a complete fool out of yourself. Seriously, what kind of life are we living if we take it seriously all the time? I've gone my whole life being forced to fit into a mold, and I was never meant to fit in. I'm the way I am because I let go. Maybe you should too.
You're right.
Will takes the can out of Molly's hand and takes the chips to make a duck face. They both dance around the space, laughing and making fools out of themselves.
That's the spirit.
Keep having fun. There's a whistle sound in the distance. Not so close, but close enough as a warning. Silence. Is anyone there?
Anyone here?
Molly has been in this before. Will has not, and a look of panic takes over.
Shit. What are we gonna do?
Molly begins gathering items they'll need. It could be a while.
Calm down. This is easy. We play a game of hide and seek. We find a spot they'll never find, stay there, and come out when they leave.
Do you know where to go? What if they find us? I don't want to go to jail.
Well, do you trust me?
Yeah.
We're going to be okay.
How can you be so sure?
Just know, okay? We don't have much time before they're down here. Grab your things and let's hide.
Molly, I'm scared.
Be.
Molly reaches out a hand to Will. He contemplates his trust in Molly, but runs with a smile before joining her. They embrace in a quick but genuine hug, something they've both needed for a long time.
No matter what, I've got your back.
Hear the whistle again, and the steps are becoming louder. Molly looks back at the site, knowing she's not coming back here. They exit off stage. The lights dim. End of play.
Awesome job, guys. Thanks so much. That was Hide and Seek by Zoe Kiriazis. Stage directions done by Leyla Gentil. Molly played by Ellen Scherer. And Will played by Nick Edwards. So we're moving on to the next play, which is entitled Paradise Mall. That's by Sarah Henderson. I'll be reading the stage directions, me, Maddie. And Emily will be played by Leyla Gentil, and Eva will be played by Zoe Kiriazis. So, ladies, are y'all ready?
Ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So the setting is in a vinyl store in an abandoned mall called Paradise Mall Day. Act 1. Eva and Emily, half-sisters, sit on the floor of a vinyl record store at Paradise Mall. Emily is airtight sealing sandwiches she's made. Eva is flipping through pages of a Bible.
What would your mother say about that?
Alexstasis 49-10. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up.
Not that one.
Why?
Not that one, please, Ava.
Right, fine. How about something from Revelations then?
Yeah, that's fine. But you never answer my question. What would your mother say if she saw you doing that?
Rips a page from the Bible out of Revelations and starts rolling a joint with weed she got from the dispensary at the mall.
I don't know, Em. I never met her. She died when I was born, remember?
Of course, I know that. But just because you never met her doesn't mean you don't know her. I mean, Dad told you everything about her, right?
Really?
Yeah, he told me about her, but he definitely didn't tell me everything. He was always saying, "Oh, it hurts too much to talk about her."
I mean, they were high school sweethearts, right? You must have really loved her.
Yeah, that's what he would say, but
Why would he say that if it wasn't true?
I don't know. Maybe to make me feel better?
It sounds to me like you just want another reason to be mad at him. You were always mad at him for something. He loved your mom. You know it, and I know it.
Oh, do I? Because, he certainly didn't waste any time getting married to your mom.
It was lonely.
How the fuck do you know? You weren't even born yet. Why, did you ask him about it?
I didn't have to. And how would you know? Did you ask him? Yeah, I didn't think so. And you know what? How would you know how he felt then? You were just a baby.
Finishes rolling her joint.
Oh, what,
Rips another page out of the Bible.
Fucking forget it. This is a pointless argument. Everybody is dead now anyway, so just drop it. And to answer your question, yeah, my mom was religious, but I don't think she objected to me doing something that calms me down during the end of the world.
Fair enough. But you do know the dispensary downstairs has other things you could use to smoke, right?
Yeah, but no rolling papers. Besides, I prefer smoking joints. And Bibles are made with hemp paper, so...
You hate God.
What?
You hate God.
No! I mean, how can I hate someone I don't believe in?
You didn't believe in Dad and you hated him.
It's different. And besides, I don't hate Dad.
No.
I'm mad at him. I've always been mad at him, but I've never hated him. Being mad at him and hating him are two different things. I love him. I loved him. All I had.
That's not true. You have me. And even though she wasn't your biological mom, my mom always loved you and treated like you were hers.
Yeah, well, I guess that's one thing we can actually agree on. And, I loved Carol too. But if it weren't for the apocalypse, we wouldn't be spending this much time together.
Finishes rolling the joint and lights it, taking a long drag off it.
This one's for you if you want it, but no pressure.
Considers it for a moment before quickly grabbing the joint and lighting it. She takes a hit and starts coughing violently.
Oh my goodness.
Take it to the head. Take it to the head.
Emily laughs and coughs again.
You know, the more you cough, the higher you get.
Really?
Coughing, calming down.
I don't know. I think I heard it in a movie once.
Apple Express, right?
She takes another hit, coughs a couple of times, and recovers.
Yeah. How did you know?
I watched it with someone. It was his favorite movie.
He? He who?
Emily blushes and looks away.
Who?
It doesn't matter.
Look at you, you're blushing. Come on, it's the end of the world, so therefore we have all the time in the world. That sounds silly to say, but it's still so true. So start talking.
His name was Brad.
Yeah. And?
But
Come on, Emily, you have to give me more than that.
Instant look in her eye.
his name was Brad. I met him during my junior year. We were given this assignment in history class about the effects of the bubonic plague in the Dark Ages. Go figure. He asked me if I wanted to be his partner. And gosh, Ava, he was so sweet and so cute. He was tall, he had dark, wavy hair that I was just dying to run my fingers through. And his voice, it had a calming effect on me. Of course I said yes, but I didn't tell mom or dad about it because they didn't want me dating yet. Apparently I was too young. But after the project was done, he asked me out to celebrate our A+ grade. I had been waiting what felt like forever for him to ask me out. So when he finally did, I instantly yelled, yes. I didn't even let him finish. I just yelled yes in his face. It was so embarrassing. I told mom and dad I was going over to Allison's house to study, but in fact, I was going out with Brad. Instead of taking me to the movies or to dinner, which was so cliche, he took me on a picnic. I can tell by the look on your face you think that's cliche too, but it was the way he did it. He wouldn't tell me where he was taking me. He said it was a surprise. He blindfolded me when I got out of his car, which, yes, is a little off-putting, but I trusted him. We drove for what felt like minutes when we stopped. He opened the door for me and led me a little ways. I could tell we were in the woods. I could smell the pine trees and the flowers. I could hear the birds singing from up above in the trees. And in the distance, I could hear running water. We finally got to where we were going, and he took off my blindfold. He took me to the most beautiful meadow, Ava. There was a cherry blossom right next to this little creek, which I instantly recognized was where the sound of running water was coming from. He laid a blanket down under it and sat with me. He brought a basket with him, and in it was a bottle of non-alcoholic champagne, some sandwiches, and an airtight sealed pouch like these. He didn't know what I liked, so he just made PB&Js, the best I ever had. We sat there eating, drinking, and just talking, getting to know each other. It was the happiest day of my life. At the end of the day, he dropped me off at the corner of our street so mom and dad wouldn't see us, and before I got out, he kissed me on the cheek. We were together for a year, and it was the best year of my life. I fell in love with him, Ava. So deeply in love with him, and he loved me too, but...
What?
Senior year, he told me he needed to talk to me. We went to our meadow, laid the same blanket under the same tree. He knew that his father was being transferred to work in Florida, and that they were moving at the end of the month. It was so sudden. I didn't expect it. And I started crying. I was so upset. And I was mad at him for not telling me sooner. He started crying too. I've never seen a man cry before. Sorry. and that he didn't know himself until a week ago, and he was trying to find the right way to tell me. He held me as we both cried until we cried it all out, and then...
Emily pauses, considering whether she wants to tell Eva what comes next.
And then he made love to me. It was amazing, mind-blowing, earth-shattering, everything all the romance novels and movies said it would be. It hurt at first, and then it felt good. And I know the Bible says that premarital sex is a sin, but I didn't care. I actually didn't care. I was willing to break that one little rule for him. After he asked me to marry him. Yeah, we were young, and yeah, we were still in high school, but we didn't care. I said yes. Our plan was to video chat and talk on the phone every day, and when we graduated, I was going to go to Florida to be with him, and we were going to get married then. And it was working for a while, and then the virus hit. And you know how those spring breakers didn't care about it? Well, Brad was working at this corner store, and a lot of those spring breakers were going there for snacks and drinks. It just so happened one of those kids had the virus and unknowingly gave it to him.
Oh, I
didn't make it. I lost him forever, Eva. All because those spring breakers were big selfish. I wanted to keep partying even though they knew what they were doing. So they figured, so likely they get it and give it to everyone they came into contact with.
Stands up angrily.
Those assholes, those selfish fucking assholes. How could they be so stupid? I hope they all rot in hell where they belong.
Emily wipes her tears away and takes a deep breath.
Eva, it's okay. I mean, I was mad at them too. Gosh, I hated them with a passion. But that anger was eating me alive. It was destroying me. I couldn't hold on to it forever. I knew that. And I knew Brad wouldn't want me to dwell on that. He wouldn't want me to live my life in anger. He wanted me to be happy. So, gave them.
How could you forgive them? It's okay to be angry. It's okay to hate them. They don't deserve your forgiveness.
Maybe that's true. But I deserved to forgive them. Can you understand that?
Oh, no.
Sits down next to Emily.
I guess I can respect that. I don't think I could do that.
Think you could.
Didn't you ever tell me that? I could have helped you. I could have been there for you. You didn't have to suffer that alone, Em.
At the time, I don't know. I guess I thought you hated me. I was scared that if I told you, you would turn me into Mom and Dad.
Oh, Em, I never would have done that.
I know that. Now.
They sit together in silence for a minute before Emily reaches behind her and pulls out an open can of Spam with a spoon in it. She takes a big bite of it.
No, I think you're the only person I know that actually likes eating Spam like that.
I love it. I'm having spam, 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 baked beans, spam, 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 and spam.
Well, can I have egg, bacon, sausage, and Spam without the Spam in it?
Yeah.
Do you mean blah? I don't like Spam.
Spam, 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 spamity spam, wonderful spam.
I didn't know you watched Mighty Python.
Well, I've seen every skit and movie at least 100 times.
Why didn't you ever tell me?
Well, I knew you loved Monty Python. And I don't know if you knew this, but I always looked up to you. I always wanted to be your friend. I just didn't know how. So I watched everything Monty Python to understand you better. But then you moved out, you got your own place, and I never saw you anymore unless you came to visit, which you really never did. So by then I thought it was pointless to bring it up.
Emily, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm really, really sorry.
Okay, you didn't know.
Want to hand me one of those sandwiches you made?
Sure. They're PB&J, my favorite. Is that okay?
Of course, it's my favorite too.
Emily hands her a sandwich, and Eva uses some scissors to cut it open.
Oh, we've talked about me a lot, but what about you?
About me.
Ever been in love?
Love? No, I don't think so. I had a couple girlfriends, but those relationships were more physically intimate rather than emotionally intimate.
Wait, so you're a...
Yeah, I am. Does that bother you?
No, of course not. I just didn't know.
Emily considers asking Eva another question.
Eva, I don't judge. You can love who you want to love. Or you can fuck who you want to fuck.
Surprised, but deadpan.
Fuck twice.
Don't change the subject. I'm curious. Have you ever been with a man?
Eva pauses right before she was going to take another bite of the sandwich, gets a distant look in her eye, and stares ahead, putting the sandwich down.
Yeah, once.
Realizes this is a sore subject for Eva.
Hey, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Hey, do you remember when...
His name was Alan. I was 16, and I hadn't come to terms with who I am yet, but after that night, I knew for sure.
You don't have to.
No, but I want to. I need to. Never told anyone about this. Asked me out. He was kind of cute and nice enough, so I decided why not. So, just like you, I didn't tell mom and dad. We went out to dinner, and it went great, actually. I was having fun. Some random guy outside 7-Eleven to get us a 6-pack. I hadn't drank beer before, so it hit me harder than I expected. I was kind of tipsy, but he wasn't. He asked me if I wanted to go with him to his place. Said his parents weren't home and he had a vinyl record collection he wanted to show me. But by the time I was really out of it, he showed me the record collection and put on a rap album. I don't remember which one. But he groping me, kissing me, and at first I wanted him to. Then he took off our clothes and climbed on top of me. Nervous, I was still a virgin, and it hurt. It hurt so bad, and I didn't like it. I wanted him to stop. I told him to stop, but he just wouldn't. He got rougher with me, pinning me down, but I was screaming. So he rolled me onto my front and buried my face in a pillow and kept fucking me. I couldn't breathe. I was panicking, and he didn't even seem to notice or care. I thought I was gonna die.
Eva.
Christian climbed on top of me as my vision was starting to go dark. I jumped up and I took a huge breath and I screamed. And he laughed at me. I grabbed my clothes and I ran out of the house before I even put them on. I ran down the street, and when I realized he wasn't chasing me, I stopped and put my clothes on. I went home and showered. I scrubbed my skin so hard till my skin was beet red, and I threw out those clothes I'd been wearing. To touch a man since. I couldn't even hug Dad. And now Dad's dead. I couldn't hug him. And I wish more than anything I had.
Here.
Melanie holds Eva as she cries for a minute, and then Eva manages to calm down. She pulls away and looks down at her hands.
Thank you for telling me.
She stands up and walks over to a rack of albums. Looks for a moment before finding one she was looking for.
What's that?
Joan Jett's album, Glorious Results of a Misspent Youth. This album, how all of her music really helped me through all that. I'd like to show you some songs, if that's okay.
Of course it is.
Eva puts the album on the record player and places the needle. I Need Someone by Joan Jett starts playing. Eva begins rocking to the music. Emily stands up and grabs Eva, and they dance around the store together.
Eva?
Huh?
Know that no matter what, I got your back, right?
Oh, sis. I know.
Music continues as the sisters keep dancing. Lights out. The end. Good job, ladies. That was Zoe and Leyla, and the writer was Sarah Henderson. Moving on to our last one of the night, we have Hell Hath No Fury, Like a Writer's Block by Arash Amari and Zack Hatrick. Arash and Zack were both on our team for the 48-hour film project and will be joining us again this year as long as it's still happening with this virus going around. And then writer one, your lovely co-founder for the night, and writer two will be played by Sarah Hill. So, and then the stage directions will be read by Ellen Scherer. So Ellen,
Hello.
Whenever you're ready. Yeah.
Yes, hello. Ending on a high note after that very lovely but sad play. Yay. Okay. Hell hath no fury like a writer's block. While brainstorming ideas for a script, two writers discover they are trapped within their own collective subconscious. Writer one and writer two enter. They both have notebooks and pens in their hands. They are looking around with massive halls in the massive halls of their mind.
This is a library of all of our ideas?
Yeah. It's something of a representation of our collective subconsciouses.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, man. Just look around and we'll find something.
Well, there has to be something around here.
Ugh. How about...
Writer one picks up several pieces of paper for each word.
Cyborg, Hitler, time traveler.
I think we might have too much going on there.
Okay. How about a sketch called Mamma Mia! I got shot in a pizzeria!
All right. I'm on board. What's it about?
A mall cop who doesn't play by the rules shoots an unarmed Hispanic kid in a Sbarro.
Jesus, what the hell is wrong with you?
I'm like one line in and I have several to go.
Well, what's the line?
Cocaine. All right, well, you're so smart. How about you toss some ideas out there?
Let's recap what we're trying to do here. This play needs to be 15 minutes long and not be horribly offensive or a remake of Die Hard.
Okay, how about Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Especially not Paul Blart Mall Cop.
We could explore the ideas of self-identity with a struggling father stuck overseas during a worldwide pandemic.
Yeah, like that would ever happen.
Okay, but like I want the joke at least in there that Dick's Sporting Goods are to malls what HPV is to the world.
What does that even mean?
Every goddamn mall has a Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh God, do I have HPV?
About 80% of the world's population does.
80%? I like those odds.
What would your mother say about that?
She wouldn't say anything. Wouldn't say anything. It would just be shame. So much shame.
Okay, we need to come up with something now. We've had this document open for like 2 hours, and we basically only typed the word the.
SpongeBob reference?
You know it.
We should stray away from those as much as I love them. We can't just rip off SpongeBob the entire time.
Okay, well, now that's just my whole personality.
What about vampires? Like something where they're all invading a mall and we call it
Freaky Fang Friday.
Yeah, I mean, no. Why would we call it that? It sounds like the title to a mediocre porn spoof.
Your life is a mediocre porn spoof.
No, but the plot is where several vampires take over key positions in a popular mall and they kidnap several people during the day to feed on them at night. When a bunch of kids stay late in the mall arcade and they stumble onto the plot, they fight until dawn.
Okay, 2 thoughts.
Shoot.
I'm thinking Stranger Things meet the Lost Boys on that one.
That was kind of the idea. So you like it?
Yeah, I like it, but didn't you say that it needed to be 15 minutes long?
Well...
And look, the idea is solid, but with an idea like this, we have so many tropes and cliches we need to make sure we jam into the script. An awkward puberty romance, heavy reliance on the power of friendship, and at least 30 minutes minimum to retro nostalgia, even though a majority of it has no place in the plot, except for a few cheesy one-liners.
Point taken. Added to our half-baked story ideas.
Back to the drawing board.
All right. We need a wholly original idea that takes place over 15 pages.
How does a plot unfold in 15 pages?
Silently ponder.
This should be easy. We're a couple of decently intelligent and moderately creative writers.
If by moderately creative you mean we're pretty good at remixing other, more successful writers' ideas, then yeah, you're right.
Well, that's what the greats did. Some of the best stories are just a grab bag of older ideas, and hell, we've come up with several already that work in any other situation.
So, are you saying you want to do Die Hard in a mall?
No, but I'm saying that it shouldn't be off the table. We just need to think smaller. What's something we both know a decent amount about?
You think silently once again for a few seconds.
Furries.
What?
One turns around, ashamed before thinking, for a few more seconds.
Didn't you say that this library represents our combined subconscious?
Yeah.
Do you remember how we got here?
Well, No, I don't.
Really think about how we got here.
I am, and I can't remember at all. How is this even possible?
Exactly. It isn't. We just walked in from over there and completely accepted that we needed to come up with an idea for this play, totally overlooked the fact that somehow we wound up in a library that is a metaphysical representation of our mind.
Over where? There's nothing even around us.
We need to get out of here.
We begin frantically pacing up and down the stage, looking for a way to escape.
What are you doing?
I don't know. There's no way out of here. Aw, shit. What's your name? What's my name? I can't even remember who we are.
This is getting way too weird. There has to be a way to escape. Look in that filing cabinet.
Hatrick runs to a filing cabinet and opens up the drawer, pulling out several cans of Spam.
Nothing. It's just Spam and... Wait a sec.
What? Please tell me it's a map or a phone.
No, it's a script.
Hatrick pulls out the script and begins reading it.
Wonderful. That solves the problem that we deemed not very important.
Not very important due to us being stuck here.
Whoa. How did you...
It's all written right here. Everything we can remember up until...
Until what?
Go to that shelf and pull out a Bible.
What?
Everyone pulls the Bible off the shelf.
The hell? Wait, what is going on? What's on that script?
All right. I need you to sit down for this. All of this isn't happening. It's all fake. Everything. Even us.
Whoa. That's heavy.
Yeah, that was in here too.
So what are we?
We're just characters in this shitty story. Like, I mean, this is so poorly written. We just keep making pop culture references and sex jokes.
I mean, that's what we do.
Because we were written that way. Our fate is sealed in these stupid pages.
So all of it, everything, is just predestined. Do we even write a story in the end?
No. It says here that we have to literally kill our darlings. I guess that's the message of the story.
Screw that. I'm not playing by their rules. What happened after we do that? Does this all just start again? Are we stuck in some kind of time loop? How many times have we done this right now?
Actually, we haven't. This is unwritten.
Wait, you mean I'm off book?
Yes, both of us are.
What does that mean?
I'm not too sure.
Large explosion is heard outside.
What was that?
Is it possible that us going off script and discovering the truth about our reality is leading to the destruction of our world?
I mean, that's a pretty specific and probably accurate guess, but yeah, it's definitely possible.
Man, the director must be pissed that we're improvising so much.
Fuck the director.
Explosions occur outside.
Well, seeing how we're probably going to die in a few minutes, how about some music?
Sounds good. Grab one of those records from over there.
Huey Lewis in the News or Tom Petty?
Ugh, definitely Huey Lewis.
Great. Just one problem.
What's that?
No record player.
Shit. Well, what else is there to do while we wait for our inevitable demise?
One removes a small, airtight Ziploc bag from his pocket.
I have some goldfish in my pocket. They're a little smashed, but still pretty fresh.
Now, I'd prefer to not eat your goldfish crumbs before I die.
You're a loss.
Fish.
Just had a thought. Why did the people who wrote us decide to include a copy of the script for us to follow?
Well, in the script, we use it to our advantage. Kind of like in Spaceballs when they watch the movie within the movie.
Brilliant.
Is it, though?
No, not at all. Kind of sucks that our destiny was written for us, though. What was the Bible for?
Some weird ideas about fate and how everything is pre-written.
Sounds lame. Think we'll ever escape?
Only time will tell. Maybe next time we do everything the way it's written in the script. Maybe we do something else and find a way out of this loop.
Well, till next time, Kimasabi.
Till next time.
Blackout. End of play. So that was fun, don't we think? And also some scary writing things that always happen to all of us, I feel, every time we try to start a play. Are our ideas good? Probably. Just keep doing them and then submit them to us. That's what I think.
Just to point out that picture of a rock is amazing. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I was like, do we have a hard time for this man? No? Okay, this will do. Before
yeah. And we're going to be doing more of these writing things as we're still stuck in quarantine. So if you've ever wanted to write a play or like thought about it once, or have written 100 plays, we accept all of them. So please write more plays. Please send them to us, and maybe we'll read your work next time. And if you want to be an actor, like we've had our wonderful actors read for us today, email us at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com and we'll work something out.
Yes. And if you have written 100 plays, definitely email us because that's too many plays to be sitting on, 100%. So yeah, if there's anything, anybody else want to share anything that they're doing while they're stuck at home, figure that'd be a fun thing to do at the end here. Now, Maddie was working on a fun craft related to her treading water.
Yes, I have a beautiful
production
diamond picture that you can win at Treading Water. So make sure you come, if for no other reason, to win the diamond shark painting that I worked on for a week. And I know that I've been writing plays here and there as we've been stuck here, or whatever. But yeah, keep on keeping Buffalo. We're gonna come back really strong, really hard with 100 events for you to go to. But for now, hang out with us here on Facebook.
Maybe not at this moment. I think we're gonna go get something to eat. How's that sound? Obviously from our kitchen because we can't leave our house. Let's see you next. We'll catch you on the flippity flip. Isn't that what they say? The cool kids?
flop, I think, is
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Nope, flippity
Okay.
flop is definitely what that would be. But yep, see you next time, Facebook Live. Thanks for everything.
Bye-bye.